but some of it will land on good soil and produce great fruit. That's the job of the farmer. So a kingdom person is like that farmer. You are like that farmer. But perhaps 1 out of every 4 investments in people's lives actually produces fruit. And the other 3, you're supposed to do anyway, because of the mercy and love and kindness of God that He shows to people, and you do too. But I praise God for the good soil in this room and the good seed that's going into the good soil. So that's why I say you're leaders, so lead and produce fruit and multiply. And that's a kingdom person. A kingdom person is looking for that seed that can go into good soil. There are some churches, and I talk with pastors all the time, who say, we do not have any leaders like you have at Antioch. We don't have any like that. And I say, do you have somebody you can preach when you leave? And they say, yeah, but I try not to leave because it's really not that good. And when I give jobs to people to do, they do them for 3 weeks, and then they don't attend church, and these are our best leaders, and they're gone for a month. And they say they just needed a break. And he says, I don't get it. I mean, this pastor talking to me, telling me things are like that. And I don't know how, they said, to make these people who are members of our church, who have been Christians for 20 and 30 years, to get some of them to step out and prophesy or pray with faith. Never mind some of them emerging as prophets and evangelists and pastors and teachers and apostles. And he said, please help me. Because they want to train, they want that to happen. But it's as rare as hen's teeth.
Hens don't have
That's how rare it is.
It's really rare.
I know, I've never heard that one.
Just eat eggs.
Yeah, so be farmers. So your eyes now, the vision should be for the crop. You're looking for the 100-fold. I'd be real glad if we got 30-fold. That's part of all of your work and all of your energies and all of your farming, is so that you might have a crop and increase for the glory of God. So Mary and Mike work hard at it with the young people. Ray and Jay work hard at it with the young adults. They multiply. Shake the bushes. Go for the prize. Be a farmer. If a farmer keeps plowing the field and every year doesn't get more crop for all the seeds that they put in, something has to change in the methods of the farmer. They either have to put more fertilizer in, get better seed, or buy a different field to work it. Whatever you do, whatever responsibility you have, be a farmer. Go for it. And expect 3/4 of what you do to fall on bad ground. But that other quarter, praise God, it's worth it. Okay, number 10. And then I think what we'll do is just open up, and if you have any interesting questions or anything, we can just go Nephilim crazy or something.
We already covered that one. Did the Nephilim have hen's teeth? That's the question.
Nephilim have hen's
Or
teeth.
something stuck in their throat.
A craw in their throat.
Go real big on that one.
Okay. Matthew 22 and verse 1. This is what it says there. A king, this the kingdom of heaven, is like a king who prepared a wedding banquet for his son. And the whole story is about the Father and Jesus and the bride and all that, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm just talking about the kingdom of heaven is like a king who is extravagant and excellent. I just coming in on the first kind of thought. A wedding. Where it said, prepares a wedding. So when I was growing up, extravagant was a bad word. My Jewish mother said, don't be extravagant. It was like wasteful. I put those words together, wastefulness and extravagance. That's opulent. That's extravagant. That's unnecessary. And excellence, when I was growing up in church life, wasn't expected. Just make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Just a noise. That's all you need. Just be happy when you're making the bad noise unto the Lord. And don't go to university or get higher education because the rapture's coming and you don't want to be sitting in a school classroom when the rapture comes and wasting your life.
Wow.
I was taught that.
Wow.
Yeah, what a bunch of baloney.
Don't even buy groceries.
So what you
Sell all your clothes and sit on a mountain.
That's right. You don't need a car.
So then I learned that both excellence and extravagance are godly.
Yes.
God is extravagant. He made the world extravagantly.
Yes, he did.
He just went overboard with all the fish and all the birds and all the beauty. How many blades of grass are on your front lawn alone? Do you know there's more ants in the world than all other living creatures combined?
Really?
Even the weight of all the ants in the world weighs more than all other living things combined.
Wow.
The weight
Hanging out with
of
Dr.
all the
Ross
ants.
a lot.
I mean, God,
It doesn't matter.
I don't want to say God went crazy because that, how does God go crazy? But he just said, let there be ants.
But why? What's the purpose of the ant?
Because they
The
feed
purpose
the
of it, you read
other.
Proverbs.
Go to the ant, you sluggard.
Slugger.
Apparently there's a lot of sluggards.
You know, the ants turn the soil for us. All over the world, the ants aerate the soil and become the foundations for life.
Wow.
Is that right?
Yeah, they eat and poop in the sand. And they make all these tunnels and houses. Do you know that when an African person wants to make bricks to build their houses,
Yeah.
they get these boxes like a shoebox made of wood, and they pack it. They do it in India too. They pack it with mud, and then they let it dry, and then they take that brick out, and then they burn it in a kiln until it gets hard, and then that's how they make their bricks. The mud that they want to get is from ant and termite hills.
Really?
Yeah, they go to termite hills, and they get that makes the best bricks. There is so much.
Okay, so what's the purpose of a mosquito?
To feed the bats.
To bite the Nephilim.
God revenge on rebellious humanity. Wow. Anyway, let me finish number 10. Then we can get on to mosquitoes and face. So, build. Now listen, please. Build with excellence and extravagance. God gave us this building,
Yeah.
and we've been working on it for these 5 years, and God's helping us as we go forward. And even the mighty Sid Roth has noted the shift.
Amen.
And our team, and I think Matthew is a big part of this,
Yeah.
has said we have to do things more excellently. But little by little, we're getting more and more excellent people who are paying attention to these things. Our sound crew. It's amazing. The journey we've gone on. And Karen Carell has stepped in to be our cleaning. Hawkinson, she just got married. Yeah. And with joy, she leads and cleans.
Not me.
Delegate joy. Delegate. Yeah.
Happiness.
Yeah. But
She does. She's fantastic. And she's.
we are still, living in a worn-out building. It's tired looking. But we're on a journey. We're not frustrated over this, and we're not going to go for excellence by going into debt and by wrecking ourselves and making showmanship our priority.
Right.
That is not what we're talking about. But what we are talking about is just excellence. So I was so glad to have Teresa Gardner come with their dance on Sunday morning. And they were so excellent. I went into the bookstore and took out a Star of David necklace and gave it to all the dancers. Gave them each one.
Neat.
And I put them in a bag, individual bags, and then into a big bag with Renee's help, and gave it to Teresa. I said, please give one of these to all these girls
That's great.
when you get home. And I just think that we should aim for this. This is God DNA. To be excellent and to be extravagant.
I have a thought.
Yes.
That building had to have been built originally with that same spirit of excellence
Absolutely.
and extravagance, or it would not have survived all those years of neglect.
Actually, it didn't survive, but
It's still there.
it's still
systems
there.
did,
It's
yeah.
rebuilding.
A lot of it
Yeah, yeah.
was damaged, but it survived. It
Yeah.
is there and it flourishes now.
Jim Baker did things with excellence and extravagance. There's no doubt about it. And if he had done it right, that idea was a good idea.
Right.
And excellence is not perfection.
Excellence is not perfection.
If you're looking for perfection, you won't have needed this, you still be excellent.
You can be excellent without being
That's right.
perfect. Well
That's a
said.
good word. Yep.
Should have read an exhortation on that, maybe.
Yeah. Is there a verse about that?
For all our perfections.
All right. So these are 10 dynamics of kingdom leadership. All right.
Very good.
So put it in your craw.
Smoke it.